diving deeper into success. A little while ago I did a 5-minute quickie, a muse, that smaller episode, and that was called Spicing Up Success. And I said then, and I promised, I would do a longer or deeper dive, getting more specific, and then do a process, a little bit of hypnosis, so you can put it into your unconscious mind. Because when you get it in the unconscious mind, you are doing it just right. Really are. So, question. Have you ever heard or seen this? Someone saying, and it's generally on social media, "Oh, I'm living the dream." And they write underneath the pictures, "I'm living the dream. Yeah, I'm doing all of this." You know what? You're bloody not. You're not living the dream. We know you're not living the dream. You're fudging it. You're faking it. Because it's all about being honest, true, all that stuff. And when people are doing that on social media, they're not. They're trying to pretend. And that doesn't do anything for anybody, does it? Doesn't do anything for anybody. So I don't want you to say you're living the dream. I want you to live the adventure of being successful. Success, whatever that means to you, it's got to be the feeling of success. Because if you think about it, it doesn't matter what you do. If you have the feeling of success, man, you're being bloody successful, aren't you? You're being successful. And that's what I want. So the thing about success is we need to define what you want. So what is success to you? What is success to you? Is it something like a goal? What type of goal? You want to achieve something? What do you particularly, specificity, what do you want to achieve? Maybe, we think sometimes it's something really, really, really big. But it's not, is it? It doesn't have to be big. It could be your health. It could be something you're learning. It could be maybe going on holiday. Because if you have a successful holiday, you have cracked it, haven't you? Maybe it's just being a bit more social. Maybe you want to develop yourself in a way that you could be more social, or you want to communicate better. Maybe you want to be a better presenter. Maybe you want to get on better with your career. Maybe you're getting on with your colleagues at work. I don't know. Whatever it is for you is what it is for you. Okay? So it's your stuff. But what it isn't, and we've said this before on a number of podcasts, success isn't, I don't want to be anxious anymore. I don't want to be unconfident anymore. I don't want OCD anymore. I don't want depression anymore. I don't want to feel I'm missing out anymore. I don't want to feel that social anxiety or, whatever. Because as soon as I said each one of those, you thought of the bloody thing, even though I said, I don't want. So your dream, your goal, whatever you want to achieve, whatever you want to be successful at, it wants to be in the positive, yeah? Because it's a capital S for success. They're your dreams, no one else's. So please, think, what do I specifically want? And make sure it's specifically for you, no one else. Because you can't wait for other people before you get your dream. You have to do it for yourself. Now, what we do when we check on our dreams, our goals, our desires, what we want, we have to make sure it's ecological. And in the NLP world, hypnosis world, it's good for me, good for everyone else, and good for little old planet Earth. So it doesn't harm little old planet Earth. It doesn't harm anybody else around you. And it's not just good for you, because that'd be selfish, wouldn't it? No, this is ecological. And the thing is, we have to start with the mind. Your mind. Because that's where this process is. And we've talked about on a previous longer podcast, I think only the last one, was how to have the mindset of success. Well, this is like taken even deeper than that. So maybe if you go back and listen to that, if you haven't listened to it already, because it's all about writing out what you want. Because you need to know. You need to know what you want, when you want it, who you want it with. All the things, what opportunities. But here's the thing. We're going to imagine it now. Because some people might say, well, I find it difficult to think about getting this. Maybe I've got a limiting belief. I don't give a shit about your limiting belief at the moment. Because what we're going to do is use our imagination. And when it's in our imagination, it doesn't even matter whether it's going to happen or not, because it's just in our imagination. Okay? So just imagine the hell out of this. Go overboard. When I say exactly the way you want it, just imagine it. Because if you could just imagine, well, it's in my imagination and I can't possibly fail when I imagine the way I want it, because it's not real, then I can have what I want. So I want you to take a moment, just for a moment, just to see it. See it just a little bit. See what you want. See what that one thing that will make you successful. And you can do this over and over again. You really can. But pick that one thing that's just for you. And begin to just, for the moment, imagine having it. Imagine having it now. Because I want you to, we're going deeper from the last episode, because I want you to imagine, again, having it now. And if you did, what would it feel like having achieved it? It's that feeling of the wish fulfilled. Neville Goddard, bless his soul, he came up with this wonderful thing, living by the wish fulfilled, which is a little bit like that acting as if. Well, it is. When you act as if you have already achieved that goal, you have that feeling of the wish fulfilled, things just happen. And they happen in a good, positive way. There's so many different things. And there's also things like the Reticular Activating System, which I'll talk to you about in a minute. I'll give you a hint where I've talked about it, because it was only last episode. So here's the thing. Just keep imagining for the moment what it is you really want. Okay? Now, when you do that, it's pretty good, isn't it? Because it's just imagination, having exactly what you want. So imagine whether it is being healthier, being able to learn a skill, but not just learn the skill, to do the skill, because it's no good just learning. It's the doing. Being able to behave in the way that you've learned to use those skills. Becoming really healthy. Maybe it's, again, that relationship becoming so wonderful. And there's all types of different relationships, isn't there? You can have relationships with your colleagues at work, your friends, all that stuff. Just allow yourself to just think of, that'll be so good. Now, here's the thing. Because this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. This is why I did the previous 5-minute quickie. I think it's 5:14 or 5:12, something like that. I don't know. It's an FMQ. Just a couple of episodes or an episode ago. You see, when you learn something new, all of a sudden, you begin to see it or similar things to it. I do a relationship process. But when we think about the people we would like to have relationships with, or the type of people, and we get so deeply into it, what happens is, in the waking world, the people that you used to see, they've always been there, that aren't part of that, the qualities of the relationship you're looking for, they just seem to disappear. They're still there, but they're not in your focus of attention. But people who do match those values, the behaviours and things that you like, they seem to come out, but they've always been there, because it's that thing called the Reticular Activating System. It's how your mind focuses on what you want. And that's why we don't talk about negatives. We talk about what you want. We don't want to focus on the things you don't want. We want to focus on the things you do want. So check out that little 5-minute quickie to really understand that too, because that's a process we're going to use. We want to get your unconscious mind to really work on getting this success. And then you can repeat it. You just keep repeating it over and over again. Not this particular process, but you can. But for the same process for different goals, dreams and desires, okay? Because that's all I'm going to do. So let's use that with our dreams, our goals, whatever you defined as the successful things that you wanted to do, okay? And we're going to use that plus that feeling of the wishful feel, but we're going to get there shortly. That doesn't come in till later on this particular process. We're going to get your unconscious mind to learn something even better first. So when you have that, and you have that feeling of the wishful field, you can act as if you've already achieved it, which will also then get your unconscious mind to use its reticulating activating system, the RAS, biological, to focus on the things you want and just let the other stuff so it doesn't distract you, basically, okay? So here's the thing. I want to do it now. So if you have anything that needs your attention, then pause the play and come back to it when you've got time, because it's going to mean closing your eyes, because it's going to be set a little bit hypnotic. So it's going to have your eyes closed and we're going to really focus on what you want and go through this process. I'll also probably do it as a deeper hypnosis process again, just as I've done in other episodes. But for now, if it's okay with you and no one needs your attention, you've got this nice quiet place. Find a quiet place where you'll be undisturbed. Get your old earbuds in or whatever it is. And then we'll begin. Okay, so find that lovely place. And then just take a lovely in-breath with me. Hold it for a moment and then just let it out. And as you let it out, you can feel yourself drifting inside with every breath. And as you breathe out, that feeling of breathing out just takes you a little bit deeper too. Deeper and deeper. And as you do this, just imagine what it'd be like to have the muscles around your eyes getting so soft that they just want to be so relaxed right now. And as you breathe out, every breath out now allows that feeling of relaxation, feeling of ease to just go through every cell of your body. You may even ask yourself, what would it be like if I was and be 3 times more relaxed right now? There. And as you do that, I want you, even with your eyes closed, to just have your eyeballs as if you were looking slightly to the right. Yeah, just upwards, slightly to the right, as if there was a movie screen just up above your right. Yeah? And in that movie screen, you're going to see somebody who looks a little bit like you. Yeah? There's a you out there on that screen. And that you out there is going to go through a process. And when you are totally happy, you consciously, unconsciously are happy with what you see on that screen, then we'll allow it to integrate into your unconscious mind even deeper still. So, just notice that you over there is thinking about that thing that you want to be successful, that specific thing. Just notice that. So choose that area of your life that you want to be successful and the context, and be really specific in that context. So even if it's in the area of health, relationships, skills and learnings, being social, being more confident, being more outgoing, being more connected and things like that, just allow yourself to bring that to mind and have that you bring it to mind so they know exactly where they're going. And as that you over there really understands now what you want for you and that you, just see that other you beginning to take those small steps towards achieving that goal. That's right, those small steps. But the thing is, as that you out there is taking those small steps towards that goal, notice that other you also holds the big picture in mind. The big picture of having already achieved the goal. So that other you over there has the feeling of the wish fulfilled and is acting as if they've already got it. So notice how they behave, their movements, their physiology. You might even be able to notice how they breathe. Look at the focus of attention they have in their eyes, how determined they are. You could probably imagine from here what wonderful positive belief or set of beliefs does that you over there have that supports him, her, them, all the way through, from the beginning of this adventure to the end. And the thing is about this adventure, it's not the start, it's not the finish, it's who you become as you go through the adventure. And notice that you over there on that screen, maybe coming to some little bumps along the way, maybe things that just begin to give it, maybe there's a little problem, a little thing that needs addressing. Notice how that you gets over it, around it, maybe calls for advice, but always holds that big picture in mind, because nothing is going to stop them, derail them from getting the success they deserve. Notice how they hold themselves to their highest values. Nothing less than this is acceptable. Highest value. And that wonderful belief that you've got this. You deserve this. And then notice that you over there, imagining and also getting the benefits of already having this now. They've achieved that dream, that goal of yours. Notice the benefits that they have, the things they've learned even more, the opportunities. And maybe you can't see them completely, but you just know all the opportunities that come your way, having achieved this goal, having put the effort in. That's right. And just notice everything about that you over there. And when you notice that everything about that you over there is totally the way you want it, it even gets you from here. You can feel the feeling of success. And you're going to feel it even more in a moment. Just imagine, maybe just floating out into that you. And that you then floating out into that screen and just noticing what it feels like to have the feeling of the wish fulfilled, to breathe, to move, to have that wonderful belief and the feeling of success. Along the way, every step of the way is successful, even when you have to surmount a few problems, issues. They're just little challenges. Nothing is going to get you down. Nothing is going to stop you because you are so determined. Because you know this is right for you. You deserve this. And when you know it's just right, because you can make a few adjustments to that feeling right now. When you know it's just right, just come back into your body now. So you're back into your body. And then just see a mist slowly coming in front of that you over there. Because that mist is now integrating all the things that you over there has learned. Holding the big picture, doing the small steps, having the wonderful set of beliefs, finding all the skills they need to achieve that success, holding that feeling of the wish fulfilled and acting as if. And as that mist begins to just disappear again now, you see that you over there fully integrated with all those learnings, and that you over there will now come into you. That's right, coming into you. So your unconscious mind now can learn and take on and integrate all these wonderful things that you can adapt and adopt and create the future now, right now, that you want. You can take on the physiology and psychology of excellence, of success. And you can do it more than just this once. You can do it so many times. You can utilize the skills of all of this in other areas of your life. Allow it to generalize into different areas of your life so you can be successful all the way. Knowing everything about this is right for you. And allow that fully to integrate to the unconscious level. And as it's integrating to your unconscious mind, your best friend, I want you to feel that feeling again. The feeling of already having got this dream, this goal, this desire. Feel it so intensely. Just the feeling. So that can merge into everything your unconscious mind is doing for you right now. And just take a moment or two to allow it to all come together. Maybe you'll take a nice in-breath. And as you breathe out, feel it all coming together. That's right. Just allow it all coming together. And as you do that, I want you to take another lovely in-breath. That's right. And now, you just imagine there's a lovely cold shower bathing the backs of your eyes. Your head, your shoulders, your body, everything is absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Feeling alive, refreshed, ready to face the world and open your eyes and feel so good. So good. Hey, so good. So now you can take a nice little stretch, move around a little bit maybe. But now I want you to think of that goal. And when you do, I want you to think of what are the things I'm going to do now. Let's take that feeling and start to get that goal. Okay? So let's do that now. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed that. What I may do, as I said, I may take this process and put it into an even deeper hypnotic pattern or hypnotic track. So you can go really deep into it. And when I do, I'll give you a little note and you can go to paulcloughonline.com/podcast and you get all the free hypnosis with my compliments. And that will be one of them. So you can practice this and having success whenever you want. Because practice does not make perfect, by the way. Practice makes permanent. And I want you to have permanent success. So you live and dream and ooze success. So not only for you, for everyone around you. You are the example of what can be done. You are acting the change that you want to see in you and others. And it's good for little old planet Earth because you'll never know how far the ripples of change will go when you get this result. And more. So much more. So you go and be so successful. And as you do that, please share this process. Please share this episode. Please share the podcast. Just share, if you just share it with one person, if everybody just shared this with one person, I'd be a happy little bunny. And that's only one person. You could probably share it with more than one. So everyone gets their feet wet in success. Yeah, that would be awesome, wouldn't it? If there's anything that you want to know, or if there's anything that's maybe just still holds you back a little bit, let me know. feedback@personaldevelopmentunplugged.com. That's the email address. Send me a few notes, a little bit of what's happening, and we'll come up with something for you, because that's what I love doing. Okay? So until the next time, I think that's what I was trying to say. Until the next time, you go fly and have more success than you can stand. Okay. I'll see you next time, my friend. Go fly.
This is Personal Development Unplugged with Paul Clough.
In simplicity, there is genius.
In simplicity, there is genius.